Perfect. And we are live. I want to thank everyone for tuning in to a very special edition of Off the Record on the People's Podcast this afternoon. We have an incredible guest with us today, one who is going to give us some amazing information as well as inspiration. And that is none other than my former teacher and the teacher and educator of many students all across the country coming out of Muhammad University of Islam in Chicago, none other than Sister Mary Muhammad. Assalamu alaikum, ma'am.
Walaikum salam, sir.
And how are you doing today?
I am good by the grace of Allah. And how are
Yes,
you?
I'm doing phenomenal, ma'am. And on behalf of myself, my family, and the viewing audience of the People's Podcast, we want to thank you for taking time out of your busy schedule to come on the People's Podcast. The first question that we have for you, ma'am, is when did you first hear the teachings of the Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad?
Um, Let me see. I spent the summer in 1973 listening to the teachings of the Honorable Elijah Muhammad. And I heard him for the first time at Savior's Day. I believe it was 1974.
Mm.
It was very cold. It was at the armory that's located on Cottage Grove. And being a Southerner, I didn't realize that, you know, uh, if you have uh, do you have covering on? Do you have underlayments? And I didn't realize that because, like I said, I'm from the South.
Mm.
So, but I nearly froze. I tell you, oh my goodness. But I, after sitting there listening to him for a while, I began to watch the people and the reverence they showed him.
Mm.
Okay. He could say maybe 8 or 10 words, and the people would just stand and applaud. And I didn't understand that then. Okay, I did not understand, but I see why now they show the reverence that they did. Mhm.
Yes, ma'am. Okay. All right. So then, how did you go from hearing the Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad in 1974 to you saying that you wanted to accept the teachings?
Um, it took me quite a few visits to um, the evening sessions. I believe it was on Wednesday night and Friday night, I believe. And it appears that they could answer questions. I came in the mosque here in Chicago. Well, at that time, it was called the Temple number 2 in Chicago.
Mm.
And under Minister Yusuf Shah, okay, that's
Mm.
what I came in under. And the thing about it, it was very different. Um, I noticed that the side where the brothers were seated was totally full. We were in the basement of the mosque, okay?
Mm.
And there were only a few sisters on the front row on the sister side. So, I saw that strange as well. But it appeared as though they could answer questions that I needed answers to.
Mm,
And it's really something when I would stand and ask my question. If the minister could not, um, if Minister Shaw, may Allah be pleased with him,
mm,
could not answer the question, he should have just said, "We will bring you an answer back on your next visit,"
mm.
or to that effect. Um, but the brothers over on the right side, oh man, they just clapped and applauded. And being the little silly person that I was, I would look over in that direction and roll my eyes. And and then I would wait until they finished with the applauding, and then I would ask my question. Yeah. Mhm.
Yes, ma'am. That's incredible. And Sister Mary, people are showing you love all across the country. Thank you, everyone who was watching. Our brother Nelson Ramos is Blake Salam, beloved. Thank you, everyone who continues to show love all across the country. Can't wait to put this on YouTube. Now, Sister Mary, how did you become a teacher at Muhammad University of Islam?
Um, well, I first got into education by following the footsteps of one of my sisters
Mm,
who has a PhD, and she has written a couple of books. Uh, but my first real teaching job was at Muhammad University of Islam here in Chicago. Um, I was interviewed by Supreme Captain Brother Raymond Sharif
mm,
and the National Secretary, Brother Abbas Rasul. I was interviewed by both of them. Um, and may Allah be pleased with them. Um, I did I didn't know that I had one of the messenger's daughters in my sixth grade class. Uh,
mm.
but her mother and I became very good friends, and we're still friends to this day. Um, and before going into my own class, I actually trained in uh, little Ishmael's class, whose instructor was Brother Sylvester. Okay. He was a late arrival to school because he was just getting back into the country. Um, and this little person brought a box in and sat it down. And believe me, he actually, oh, let me see, he actually took up the entire time that we were in school, telling us about his travels. Now, you are talking about a child who has been places that as a college graduate, I had only read about.
Mm,
Okay. So uh, one of one of the artifacts that he had in his little box, I was able to, it it was a shell, uh, the big shells that you have to hold in two hands. And I had the task of walking around to each one of the students so that they could hear the sound of the waves it through that shell.
mm.
And I wanted that shell. too. I did, and it's amazing because his brother Rasul had a similar shell and a box, and he gave his to his teacher.
Mm,
Okay, and but uh, that little brother that I was in the class with, Brother Ishmael, um, he kept his things in his box and he took them back with him. All right. Mhm.
excellent job, Sister Mary. And my sister Miriam says, Assalamu alaikum, salam, Mimi. Okay, boom. Now, Sister Mary, what has what has been some of your favorite memories being a teacher at Muhammad University of Islam?
Okay. Ooh, um, well, nothing came before the school. Number
Mm,
one, I was all in, and so was my family.
mm,
Um, when the minister did the stop the killing tours, we were there. The school was there with the bean pies and the M.U.I paraphernalia, the cups, the keychains, the notebooks, the whole gamut. Oh, and the brothers drove the truck to wherever, or if we had to fly. They were the ones who did the loading, the unloading, the setup, all of that. It was some hard work, but
mm,
we didn't mind. We wanted the school to be successful. Um, and you know, I should know by now that when you call names, um, you're gonna leave someone out. Please, you know, put that on my memory. Okay, it's not intentional. Uh, like Brother Dennis, Brother Shahid, Brother Carl, Brother Robert, Brother Bryant, Brother Marcus, parents and students. It was some hard work. Um, and because the tuition doesn't adequately cover the operations of a school, we sold these products to generate funds. But
mm,
oftentimes, the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan would have to make ends meet by covering teacher charity. Okay. Um, when I another memory was when I entered essays to a local university, and three of our students took first, second, and third place. Okay. Um, and one of those students is Margaret Mahdi, who
mm.
writes and directs plays today, to
Yes,
this
ma'am.
day. Okay. Um, I also received a call at 1 a.m. in the morning. Okay. Um, and I was so nervous. Now, this was a time when we did not have caller ID and we had to pay for the long distance phone calls. I sat on side of the bed. My husband sat on side of the bed. And I was so afraid to pick that phone up. the receiver up because generally, if somebody called that late at night, um, it's to give you some bad news, about someone passing and so on. Um, I picked the receiver up and I said yes. And the person on the end said, "Oh my God, I'm so glad that I was able to get you. But is it and lots of apologies. Uh, I am so sorry for calling you so late, but do you still have that medical paper that I wrote?" And I said, "I do." The voice on the other end said, "Can you send it to me tomorrow?" I said, "Yes, I will." Um, it was prompt, and I got many thanks for that. And of course, when I went to work the next day, I packaged it up. Of course, I made a copy of it, but I packaged it up and I sent it. Um, I think at that time she was attending Grambling University, and she graduated with honors, and later on she uh, got her PhD in English of all subjects. Okay.
Mm.
And that was Baina Reasonable. Okay.
Praise be to God.
Yes. Another memory that I have was a student with beautiful penmanship who could think on the spot. But she went home crying one day because she got a C in a subject. I mean, in one of my classes, she received a C, and it. I knew that she could do better work than she did. Um, and her mother came up, spoke to me. Of course, I did not change the grade, but we talked, and uh, the student was quite upset, but uh, that student with such had such great potentials and still does. That is Sister Alushade Lawal. And the thing about it is I know that she's head of something. I should have done my homework and got her exact title, but I believe it is something in the medical field that
Mm.
has to do with nursing. Uh, Another memory that I have was when Sister Eugenie went to the minister and told him about all of the calls that we were getting into the school because of the killing uh,
Mm.
rallies. And the minister sent her back. And when she met with us, uh, he gave 3 words: let them in. Okay.
Mm. Mm.
Uh, because at first we, you know, we didn't just do that. We didn't just let anybody into the school. Um, we had to deal with them. Okay. Some of them we let in, some of them didn't want to be there, uh, and we did not let them in. I can recall going to Sister Holliday's class with someone to cover down for her. And so that we could go to the back to break up a fight. Um, and these were, even though they were young, they were some tall guys. I mean, I am tall myself, and we still had to look up at these guys, you know. And when we would walk down that hallway, it was amazing. We could easily tell them, hey, you can't do that here. You can't do that. And one of the young men uh, was whispering to another one and saying something like, um, man, that sister uh, was holding me like she could put me in a chokehold or something. And he didn't know that I heard him say that. Um, and I looked at him and said, she can. And
Mm.
he, that was a memory. Also, the
Yes,
interview,
ma'am.
um, with interviewing with the children. I mean, before enrolling the children, it's they were questioned, they were interviewed, and I think I just better leave that one. But um, another memory was the graduation. Uh, the class of 1997 was the largest. And
Mm.
I remember the minister getting on the podium to see the graduates, because it was so many of them. And they were, making their rounds or moving out. And he smiled when he did that. And, that was pleasing. Um, the parents, there were parents who were there that we had to keep order, you know, during the graduation, the lineups and so on. I know there were many parents there, but there is one parent in particular, Sister Sybil. Um, she was there at every graduation, every,
Mm.
as she was keeping those children in order. Now, I didn't see who was on the brother side, but I know there were people over there. It just shows you where the heart of, the volunteers, uh, they were actually volunteers. And to, you're able to know that their heart is with the school. Um, oh, another memory was when students were accepted in who's who in American high schools.
Yes, ma'am.
Um, and we had all of our schools were small, you know, but we had them all throughout the country. And uh, that, you know, that was something uh, for our students to be listed in who's who. Okay. Um, and it will only take a few seconds um, working with the staff of M.U.I. And again, I promise, I know that somebody has been left out, but if they have, please uh, charge it to my memory. Sister Shelby, Sister Vanette, Sister Kasima, Sister Kavasa, Sister Keisha, Sister Katie, Sister Jackie, Sister Shakira, Sister Stacy, Sister Iris, Brother Dwayne, Imam Sultan, Brother Abdul, Brother Marcus, Brother Shahid, Brother Carl, Brother Robert, Brother Rafai, Brother Ahmed, Brother Jeffrey, Brother Thaddeus. And some of them are still at M.U.I. today. And Sister Audra, these are just some of the people that I work with. And, um, you know, I have to say all praise is due to Allah. You know, a wonderful staff. We were like family. And, it was those were the good times. They were hard working, but they were good.
Yes, ma'am. All praise due to Allah. And we thank you very much, Sister Mary. And on behalf of myself, my family, and the viewing audience of the People's Podcast, we thank Allah for your sacrifice, the sacrifices of your family, and the other educators and teachers as well. My sister Naima says, all praises due to Allah, beautiful history. And thank you all for watching all across the country. The question I wanted to ask you, ma'am, is what advice would you give to those going into education?
uh, you know, what is going on in the schools today is dangerous because it's designed to destroy another generation of people. Okay. The Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan said, and I have to read this. Um, Love is a human need. It is a human right to be encircled by the love of a mother, a father, a sister, or a brother who love each other. Now, let's start there. Love is something you do, not say. Okay? Um, Students must know that you love them, not because of what you say, but what you do. Um, Go the extra mile. We have to stop being so judgmental. If the father is not doing what he's supposed to do, or the mother is not doing what she's supposed to do, that's okay. Just because they're not doing what they're supposed to do, does that mean that there is no hope for that child? Okay. Oftentimes, um, it's the teacher who gives words of encouragement, something the child can take with him or her to remember. So we as educators, we have to stop settling for anything because of the money. Okay. Um uh, a group of you of educators get together and open your own school or daycare center. And you will be surprised at how Allah makes things work. I am telling you, um, we we need to stop being so judgmental. Okay, we know that mothers or fathers are not doing what they need to do. We know this, but oftentimes the uh, child might look at the teacher as the last hurrah or the last person uh, that has any confidence or love in them for him. Okay. Um, and we we just need to stop being judgmental and put forth the blessings that Allah has given to us to give to those in front of us.
Mm. Excellent teaching, Sister Mary. Excellent. And people are showing you love all across the country, saying all praises to Allah. Teach. Thank you, Naima. Thank you, everyone who's watching. Can't wait to put this on YouTube. Sister Mary, we have a quick 60-second commercial break for all of the sponsors. Is that okay, ma'am?
Oh, yes, sir.
Okay,
Absolutely.
1 second. We thank everyone who continues to like, share, and subscribe to the People's Podcast. We're grateful. 1 second. Here we go.
A camera and a drone. He does television and film editing. Please reach out to him if you need any of those services. Sister Miriam's ABC I Love Me, children's book and coloring book, and now Spanish book. All three available on Amazon.com. Sister Naima's Stay on Point Dance Academy, LLC. She teaches ballet virtually to young girls all across the country, right here in the studios of Atlanta, Georgia. Brother Kenneth's Bow Tie Maker Extraordinaire. He'll ship you bow ties anywhere across the nation. Dr. Henry Carter's King Henry Turkey Legs, right here in Atlanta, Georgia. Brother Rashad Muhammad's COVID-19 Disinfected Cleaning Services, out of Chicago. Student Minister Sharif Muhammad's book, A Soldier in the Movement of Christ, available on adulsharif.com. And lastly, Brother Joshua Muhammad's book, Cleopatra, as well as No Father, No Excuse, both available on Amazon. If you would...
Thank you, everyone. And Sister Mary, speaking of Joshua Muhammad, a lot of the students at Muhammad University want to know, because it's often debated, who's your favorite student of all time? Is it me? Am I your favorite student of all time? People want to know.
You are.
Thank you. That's all I want to know, Sister Mary. You know what I mean? Let's end the argument, you know?
Oh, gosh.
Sister Mary, now you said that you're from the South. Where are you from in the South?
Tennessee.
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 Yes, ma'am. And is that why anytime I visit Tennessee, they speak of the choir and the amazing voice named Mary Muhammad they used to sing in the choir? Can you let us know about your background in singing in the choir?
Oh my God. I did. It was the Ecclesiastic Gospel Singers. And we were a totally young group. I think I was the oldest, and I was just out of high school, I think. So I was about 17 or 18. And everybody else was either in high school or grammar school. Even the director was only 10th grade. But if you wanted your church paid off, hey, call us in to sing. Okay. Uh, if you wanted, I mean, we had, it was a non-denominational choir, but it was the Church of God in Christ who opened the doors to let us practice. Um, and I tell you, we would have an audience out there who would come just for the rehearsal
Mm,
that we did. Uh, we tried to keep it a minimum of 50 voices. And I was also, believe it or not, I was also uh, assistant director. Okay. Never had music before or any of that. But yeah, I was assistant director, and the all of us came from different backgrounds as far as uh, let me see, I was a Baptist.
mm.
There were a few other Baptists in the choir. We had Catholics, uh, Presbyterians, um, oh, who else? Hmm, Lot, lots of other denominations as well. I'm sorry, some of them escaped me. Um, but I tell you that it was a fun time for me. It was a lot of fun, because um, we were able to, being such a young group, I mean, we could sing
Yes,
too.
ma'am.
Oh, yeah. Mm.
Beautiful. Now, Sister Mary, did you ever utilize your voice at Muhammad University or try to want to sing with any of the students or faculty there?
No, sir, I did not.
Mm,
I was through with that when I got those teachings and to hear the word and put in the perspective that it was. Oh, I tell you, that was good enough for me. It
yes,
was.
ma'am. Wonderful. Well, Sister Mary, we want to know what would you like your legacy to be, ma'am?
um, hmm, a belief in one God, um, a legacy of prayer to that one God, hard work, and an advocate for our future, the children, and one who loved the school. That's what I want my legacy to be. Those 5 things. Mhm.
Yes, ma'am. All praises due to Allah. Now, Sister Mary, do you ever run into former students in Chicago? Do you ever hear from your former students to this day to hear the impact that you've had on them and us?
I do. I go in um, sometimes stores or what have you. Sometimes, unfortunately, uh, I will attend a funeral and oh my gosh, even the parents, the students, and they remember certain things right there on the spot. Uh, they're able to just, and they will ask me, Sister Mary, do you remember when? And I will automatically tell them, yes, I do. Okay. And I do remember because when I see that individual, that's the first thing I think about. But I do. And, all praise is due to Allah. I'm able, I thank them. I thank them. And it just shows you where my heart is. My heart is with the school. And I, my, let's see here. Even though my heart is with the school, the teachings, I am with the teachings of the most honorable Elijah Muhammad. I tell you. So, yeah.
Mhm. Excellent. Yes, ma'am. And what a legacy you have. And people are showing you love all across the country. And we want to share this and continue to send love and positive energy to Sister Mary. And thank you for all of the hard work. Some of my favorite memories at Muhammad University of Islam were in your class with some of the projects that you had. And you always applied pressure in a loving way to let us know that we can accomplish anything. We put our mind to it. I thank Allah for you, Sister Mary, for always being kind to me and my family, and give the greeting to you and yours as well. I want to thank everyone who was watching. This is Joshua Leonard Muhammad signing off with the People's Podcast. Assalamu alaikum, ma'am.
Alaikum salam.
Beautiful. All right. Thank everyone for watching.